been nearly 30 years since Menendez brothers Lyle and Eric were sentenced to life in prison for the murder of their parents, Kitty and Jose. That means it was 30 years ago that I was there covering it. And today they appeared in court for the first time since that 1996 conviction as their fight for freedom continues.
You can tell them you want them home.
I do want them home. They should never have been in such situations as presented themselves. What can a kid do when his father's... Oh, I can't stand it.
35 years is a long time.
Cameras were not allowed in the courtroom. The judge did allow the sisters, you saw there, both Kitty and Jose Menendez, to testify due to ongoing health concerns. Those sisters testifying in support of Eric and Lyle being released. One of them, Kitty's sister, Joan Vadermolen, who will be turning 93 tomorrow, saying no child should have to endure what Eric and Lyle had at the hands of their father. It breaks my heart that Kitty knew and did nothing about it. They never knew if tonight was the night they would be raped. No child should have to live day by day knowing that at night their dad would come in and rape them. It's unconscionable. Jose's sister, 85-year-old Terry Baralt, also testifying. We miss those who are gone, but we miss the kids too. I'd like to see leniency. 35 years is a long time. They've rehabilitated and done lots of good things. Murders took place back in '89. Defense attorney Mark Garagos requesting the judge resentence the brothers to the lesser charge of voluntary manslaughter. If that were to happen, they've already served that sentence. The only decision that was made today was that the next court hearing, which was originally scheduled for December 11th, will now take place at the end of January. The judge saying that he needs more time to review these 17 boxes of evidence, in addition to wanting the new LA DA, Nathan Hochman, who will be sworn into office in early December, to be given enough time to review the case. The brothers filed a petition last year for a review of evidence that was not presented at their trial. Key included the letter written by Eric Menendez 8 months before the murder to a cousin fearing sexual abuse at the hands of his father, as well as allegations by a former member of the band Menudo, who made claims earlier last year that Jose Menendez raped him. Joining me now, trial attorney and legal analyst Misty Marris, who's been following all the cases closely. All right, Misty, good to see you. There are a lot of avenues here potentially for the brothers. How important do you think it's going to be what this new DA decides? I mean, is the old DA's position to release them now kind of irrelevant?
Well, Dan, it's going to be very important because the district attorney's position on this is really going to dictate how that hearing plays out before the judge at the end of January. And that's because if you have the recommendation that's currently on the books, Gascon's recommendation, you don't necessarily have an adversarial proceeding. You have some people like Kitty's brother and other advocates and some in the prosecutor's office, according to Gascon, that disagree with that recommendation. But all in all, the prosecutor's position is in favor of resentencing. However, if you have Hochman come in and have a different opinion, right, where the recommendation is to keep the sentence, we're talking about a very adversarial proceeding.
Right. So it seems to me at this point, now that they've delayed it, right, the next hearing is going to have the new DA. So the old DA's position kind of doesn't matter. I mean, we're kind of starting from scratch here. I guess the point I'm making is that the DA held a big press conference, a couple of them first announcing he's thinking about it, then with his big announcement. But now it seems to me you're kind of starting from square one again, no?
Well, I think the one difference, though, Dan, is that there is a current hearing on the books before a judge that's actually moving forward, whereas prior to that, we did not have that date as far as the Menendez brothers are concerned. So it's going to be in the hands of the judge. Depends on what the DA's position is, obviously is going to matter, but at least they're there. They weren't there before. And to Hochman's point, he wants the time to review all of this because he says there's an air of impropriety regarding the timing of Gascon's determination and decision. And that big press conference, you and me were in studio that day listening to it at the same time. So clearly more time is needed for him to make that determination.
Nathan Hochman was actually on this show talking about it. This is number one. When I asked him, what he intends to do here, this is what he said.
But I would want to myself review those transcripts, speak to the experts, speak to defense counsel and defense experts before I would even get to the point of holding a press conference to announce what my decision would be. And the one thing I can guarantee you is I wouldn't have a press conference to announce that I'm thinking about it.
Right. So he's, kind of bashing the old DA there, but not really telling us how he feels about it. What about the fact that clemency is another opportunity for them? Remember, the governor could, in the end, decide, I just want to grant them clemency, but he, too, is saying, I want to wait to see what the DA says.
Yeah, he decided to punt it. Well, the Menendez brothers have several different avenues, right? They have clemency. The governor has said that I'm not going to comment on it. There's a new DA, and I respect his position to make a determination and to make that recommendation. So he's punted it, but he's not said he won't do it. And then, of course, we have resentencing under California Penal Code and the habeas corpus petition, which is also pending. So several different avenues. Probably the most likely to succeed, if any, the resentencing.
Yep. But the bottom line is defense attorneys' hopes that they're going to be out by Christmas. That's not happening.
Not even a possibility.
Right.
Not even a possibility.
Misty Marris, good to see you. Thank you. Appreciate it.